The lab had gotten far livelier in the past month, which could be seen as Izuku walked through the front door. Many more scientists, employed by the already employed scientist, scurried about, talking, jotting notes, and doing calculations. Of course, many of them were looking at him. It'd be hard not to pay attention when your boss walks in the room. And the boss is a teenager wearing an evil-looking cloak oozing darkness. But he ignored all of them, except for the two people he came to see, Dr. Hikari, Mai, and Uchi, who were all standing in the center of the lab. "Hello everyone, I trust you all prepared what I asked you for?" Izuku asked. "Yes sir, right this way," Mai said, as she guided Izuku deeper into the facility. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX. The four of them arrived in a test chamber, where they met with Professor Hata at a table behind him. "Yo, nice to see ya, boss," Hata greeted. "The feeling is mutual, now if you kindly show me what I came to see," Izuku responded. "Sure thing." Hata moved aside, giving a clear view of the table. On it was a stick, a huge dumbbell, and a circular metal device with a fractal inside. "Let's start with the twig." "Right." Uchi moved over to the table and picked up the stick. "As I told you during my investigation of plants' abilities when infused with chaos energy, I came across this apple tree with very peculiar properties. The apples literally weighed a ton, however, this was only noticeable when the apples were plucked from the tree. After further study, it appears these branches have a kind of anti-gravity effect, in that they can literally support anything." To prove her point, Uchi put the stick under the handle of the massive dumbbell and proceeded to lift it with no issue. The branch, no bigger than a ruler, lifted the entire thing without any sign of strain, and Uchi, whose arms were only slightly thicker than that stick, also didn't seem to have any struggle. Of course, it does have to have something keeping it up, but so long as it can carry a stick, whatever is fine, Uchi said, as she held the stick and the dumbbell up with her finger. "Fantastic." Izuku looked very pleased, as he could already see his plan coming together. "And what about the device?" "Well, as you know, machines, while they could access the raw energy of a fractal, could not utilize their unique properties. Their quirks rather," Dr. Hikari explained as he came over and picked up the device. "However, the metal from those cacti is not technically metal at all, but rather, an organic plant issue, similar to that of metal. So with a bit of help from, we were able to make a deceive that's able to make use of the fractal's unique energy. In other words, Mai went over and pressed a button on the machine, causing the fractal inside of it to glow for a second, before the entire device turned invisible." "Amazing." Izuku looked at the now invisible device. "Good, good. I am very pleased. And, what about the fractal enhancer?" "Still working on that. We have an idea, but it's going to take some time," Mai explained apologetically, causing Izuku to frown a bit. "How much more time?" Izuku asked. "About a month and a half?" Mai sighed. "I'm sorry sir, but we have to make sure we do everything in our power to make it so things don't get explodey." "Understandable." Izuku nodded with a frown. "Take the time you need. But do put this project on the priority list." "Right." Mai nodded. "Now, I believe you wanted to show me the finished chaos engine." Izuku reminded them, causing everyone's eyes to perk up. "Yes sir. Come this way," Mai said as she started leading them to another room. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX saw. Floating in a glass tube was a half-fleshy, half-plant-like egg, covered in skin and bark, giving off a glow that could be seen from even behind its exterior. Flesh/root-like tendrils spewed out of the top and bottom of the egg, pulsing as they pumped something that gave off the same glow. Behold, the pinnacle of bioengineering, the Chaos Engine, Dr. Hatta introduced grandly as they all walked over to the device. This beautiful work of art can produce chaos energy at the same rate as Jinn. Except since we can make multiple of them, the rate at which we can produce chaos energy has skyrocketed. It only takes us about a month to make an engine, and we can produce multiple, simultaneously, Mai explained. Soon our lack of energy will be a thing of the past, sir. Izuku clapped. Wonderful. Fantastic work, everyone. I knew all this would pay off. Now, I have something I need all of you to build for me. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX office, alone, on the phone with none other than Nizu. My scientist has already finished most of the research needed to make it. I have faith they won't make me wait much longer. Good, I have to say your idea was rather creative, Nizu responded. Not something I would have thought of, although I suppose that's a good thing considering what we're doing. Have you done everything on your end? Izuku asked. Everything is ready, once I give the word, they'll all be gathered together, Nizu answered. I have to say, I'm quite surprised you came up with such an idea, considering your love of heroes. I don't think I would have if not for Giza's report about the gentle criminal, Izuku explained. But afterward I couldn't help but think about the potential, even if I'm not a huge fan of doing something so blatantly illegal. We're here to uphold the spirit of the law, not the letter, Nizu argued. And is it really all that illegal if it's government approved? I'm fairly certain it's still illegal, but that does ease my mind a bit, Izuku said. Oh, and there is something else I would like to add to the plan. Knock knock knock. Dad, I have what you asked for, Yami said on the opposite side of the door. Izuku smiled. And there it is, I'll tell you the details later. Goodbye. Have a good day Mr. Midoriya, Nizu said before the call ended. Come in, Izuku signaled. Yami opened the door, and Izuku was thrilled to see that in his hand was a black and white, grim spider. Oh Yami, what a gift you are. Izuku praised. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX didn't matter. The release of their game. Ugh! The stupid villains. Now we be able to sell the game with the help of the festival. Ken complained loudly. That is a problem, but at the very least, people who were looking to see what 1A could do, have all come to watch Kiba's channel, so it's not all bad, Fu explained. And Kiba's got a lot more subscribers now, which is pretty good. We have a lot of pre-orders, so we already know it's going to sell well, Mu said from the closet. Enough about sales, what are we gonna do for the release? Amai asked over a video call, as Izuku deemed it too dangerous for her to be coming in and out of the foundation for the time being. We have to do something special, it's our first game after. We need to show the fans that we care about them. How about we add a bonus game? Ken suggested casually, causing everyone to give him confused looks, except Amai. Oh yeah, that thing, Amai remembered. I almost forgot we made that. Wait, did you two make a game while we were making a game? Shiroka asked. Yeah, we just made a little fighting game with Ken's transformations, Amai said casually. We did it while we were waiting for you guys to give us more stuff to work with. It's not much, but I'd say it'd be a pretty good bonus. Anyone disagrees? Fu asked the room, getting a responding no from everyone. Alright, then all we have to do is finish the game. Is everyone done? Everyone nodded except Fuku, who blushed with embarrassment. I still need to make some final edits on the story. But I'm almost done. Just give me a couple more days. It's fine, you had the most to do, so it makes sense you'd take the longest, Kiba reassured her. But with that said, I'd say we're set to release the game in just a week. Everyone, let's get to work. XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX hands. Shiruka thought with glee as she sat back in her chair and enjoyed her literal finger food. Knock knock knock. Hello dear, sister. Yonda said with a hum. Instantly Shiruka scowled. Oh, it's her. Yes, it's me. Goodness, why do you sound so unhappy to see me, dear sister? Yonda asked, opening the door and entering the room with her usual too-sweet smile. You're tearing me up on the inside, I swear. I know what you did, and what you do. I don't care what it is, I won't let you trick me. Shiruka told her determinedly, crossing her arms and glaring at the other girl with all 5 of her eyes. Ah ha 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 ha. Trick you? Oh dear sister, you have it all wrong. Yonda said, waving off her accusations. If you've heard about what I've done, then you must know that everything I've done has been to help father and the rest of you. That's true. Fu did tell me she really cares about helping daddy. Shiruka thought. Fu had given her a warning about Yonda, but he also told her about her reasons. But still, what you do is mean, and makes daddy upset. Yonda put on a guilty face. I know, I've gone too far in the past, and after father scolded me I understand that I was wrong. I don't have any plans to try and trick you, I just came to ask for some clothes. You want clothes? Just clothes? Shiruka asked skeptically. Is it really that hard to believe? Everyone knows how lovely your clothes are. Of course, I would want some. Yonda said, filling her sentence with praise. Oh, well that makes sense I guess. Shiruka said, smiling at all the praise filling her head. I suppose I could do that for you, you're still my sister after all. Just let me get your measurements. Thank you, dear sister. Yonda said with a grin, as Shiruka went over and measured her. I've seen your designs before, and they are quite dazzling. I wish the whole world could know just how great your clothes are. That's the plan. One day, I want my clothes to be worn by people all across the world. Shiruka explained casually while she measured. Oh, that's going to be difficult. Yonda frowned, forcing a worried expression. Due to all those heroes. Heroes? What do they have to do with fashion? Shiruka asked, stopping her measurements and giving Yonda a confused look. You don't see it? Yonda gave her an equally confused look. People like fashion, and there are those that will live and die by it, but the masses are obsessed with heroes. Why would they wear something stylish when they could wear something with their favorite hero's face on it? Just look at father. Shiruka thought about it. Wait, she's right. Most of father's old clothes were either hero merch or garbage. That's right, and he's hardly the only one. Look at a crowd, you'll find loads of people wearing hero merch, of all different kinds of heroes. And since the heroes pretty much ask them to wear it, that's not going to change anytime soon. That's not fair. Shiruka thought. Don't worry. I'm sure plenty of people will buy your clothes. They are beautiful after all. Yonda reassured her. I'm just saying that it'll be really hard to accomplish your dream, unless what? Shiruka asked, eager for an idea that would boost clothing sales. You could always just become a hero. Yonda pointed out. People will trample over each other for clothes with a hero's face or logo on them. Imagine what they would do to get their hands on clothes that were handmade by a hero. And not just any hero, but a hero from the Midoriya Foundation. A foundation that makes very powerful heroes, like Kiba and Yami. Shiruka pondered the thought. Yonda made a very good point, and it's not like she couldn't do it. She was strong, very strong, and she knew it. Plus it's not like she would have a hard time training. The more I think about it, the better the idea gets. Yonda added. To be honest, I'm very worried about all my brothers and sisters rushing into danger. But if you're there, you can help them. You can save people who would have died otherwise. You can even defend father from bad guys. That is a really good idea. Shiruka thought. How did I never think about this? Being a hero can help me with everything I want to do. Making clothes, defending my family. I can't believe I didn't see it before. Yonda's smile grew, seeing her plan had worked. Well, you're welcome for coming up with it.